Everyone in this country is a refugee from somewhere. Every Jew and many, many Palestinians are refugees. Palestine is a refugee camp and Israel is also a refugee camp. It's a tragic conflict between two refugee camps. That's the right way to conceive it. Every Israeli left behind some old country. And if he didn't leave an old country behind, then his parents or his grandparents left an old country behind. And everyone has a love-hate relationship with the old country. Longings, nostalgia, but also anger. Because in many, many cases, probably in most cases, those Jewish refugees who came here were actually kicked out of the old countries. My own parents, my grandparents, they were devoted Europeans. They were enthusiastic Europeans 60 or 70 years ago. Ironically, in their day, in the 1920s and the 1930s, no one else in the whole of Europe was a European. Everyone was a Bulgarian patriot or a Dutch patriot or a Spanish patriot. Those intellectual Jews, secular Jews, they were enthusiastic Europeans. They loved the landscapes of Europe. They loved the heritage. They loved the art. They loved the culture. And oh, the music. Oh, the music. How they loved the music. And Europe kicked them out cruelly. They were violently kicked out of Europe in the 1930s, fortunately for them, because if they would not have been kicked out of Europe in the 1930s, they would have been murdered by Europe in the 1940s.
And what do you think exactly did it do to all those people, that distraction in their soul, and therefore what did it do to the initial soul of Israel?
A deep injury. And by the way, it's not only the injury of European Jews. Let us not forget for a split second that 1 million Israeli Jews were violently kicked out of Muslim and Arab countries. And they have the same love-hate relationship with the old countries as the European Jews have with their old countries. It's a deep injury. It's the sense of being unwanted. And this insecurity also results in a certain amount of paranoia, in a certain amount of insecurity, in a constant feeling that everybody is essentially against us. Even if they pretend not to be against us, essentially they are against us. And as a result, we can only trust ourselves. And as a result, we must be very powerful, we must be very strong. If we are not strong, we will be victimized once again.